is time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on a Sunday evening, January 10th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins. I have 5 o'clock news at 9 there. Top story at 5 o'clock on the Sunday evening here is Mexico City, where the last time Joaquin El Chapo Guzman was behind bars. His home was a 60-square-foot room with a concrete slab for a bed, a cold water sink, a hole in the ground for a toilet inside the most restricted wing, and where was long. As can a Mexican afford his old El Chapo now that they have having him again? Chicago. With Powerball jackpots now $1.3 billion likely to surcharge by Wednesday's drawn, the U.S. multi-state lottery is offering the world's richest grand prize that could go to a single ticket holder, officials said on Sunday. Washington, where Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump on Sunday hammered away at his closest challenge to eligibility to the U.S. Seoul, the United States supported a B-52 bomber in a low-level fight over its ally South Korea on Sunday as show reports fallen into North Korea's nuclear test last week. Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton said on Sunday that an email released Thursday did not show she had mishandled classified information related to Kristen a question about the former Secretary of State's communications practices. Frankfurt attacks on women in Cologne and other German cities on New Year's Eve have prompted more than 600 criminal complaints with the police suspicion resting on asylum seekers put the press on Chancellor Angela Merkel in an open door. Madrid, separatist legislatures in Spain's wealthy Catalonia region elected a new president on Sunday, overcoming months of infighting and tension and upper pressure on the national leaders to set aside their differences and form a government afoot. Beirut, Saudi Arabia, and Iran said on Sunday that the escalating dispute between the two countries will not affect international efforts to end the war in Syria, even as large as Syrian rebel group cast up in the United Nations-led peace process. Cairo, a hospital in northern Yemen supported by the medical charity Doctors Without Borders, was struck by ordnance on early Sunday, killing at least 4 people and causing the collapse of several buildings, the organization said in a statement. Washington. The heads of 25 newsrooms signed a letter asking U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry to urge Iran to free a Washington Post reporter held since July 2014. The FBI now believes that surveillance photos shows 24-year-old Abigail Lee Kemp as how the FBI tracked down a Georgia women's head of $4 million who Julie Hast. Washington. The news. Supreme Court on Monday will alert and consider to eliminate a pillar of public sector union strength in more than 20 Democratic leading states. The ability to require workers, including those who join the union, to pay for representation. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio Sunday said he is disgusted and deep saddened by the accusation of a group raping an 18-year-old woman at a Brooklyn playground, and that even every possible step will be taken to find the suspects. In Burns, Oregon, a small armed group has been occupying the remote national wildlife refuge in Oregon since a week earlier to protest federal land use policies. In Washington, Donald Trump said Ted Cruz needs to resolve questions about his eligibility to be president ahead of a possible showdown with Democrats. In New York, investors who put it in the euro stock market to be hard pressed to find any soundness with this. After a dreadful week, stocks look reasonable in a bounce. Cheap gas will mean more traffic. Oklahoma City, earthquakes in Oklahoma in the past week, included one of the strongest ever recorded in the state, have led to calls for the governor to make changes to the oil and gas drilling regulation to reduce seismic activity, scientists link. FEMA has deployed 2 licensed officers to the Michigan Emergency Operations Center to provide technical assistance as FEMA sends official help with Flint, Michigan drinking water crisis. Case are dramatically in a 12-year time frame as Sloan Digital Gas survey astronomers made a reverend interested announcement this week as a distant case has reached the end of this rope mere years after it was first spotted. A hidden tracking and aggressive mastermind with a starter discovery with the cat's body turned up with an extra set of teeth on its top of the head, wildlife officials said. The mission was a massive success, but scientists had hoped to get much more out of it. It was too late to save the lander. Supply for oral clove vaccine expected to double this year as opposed to third supplier, South Korean company Biologics. Who are the most sleep-deprived people in America? Federal researchers say the answer is clear. Single mothers, as a new report from the Central Disease Control and Prevention finds that 44% of single moms living with their children under age. Anti-vaccination advocates fell into fury after Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg posted a photo of himself and his daughter at the doctor's office. Harvard Grace, Maryland. Maryland police say a 60-year-old man was quickly shot to line a cigarette in his hospital room. Okay, take a look at New England alerts here in Camden, New Jersey at 2 alarm fires, South 17th and Federal Street and Bet 2GX. The second alarm on the arrival for highway fire and the second floor of the vacant 2-story 1 by 2 AM commercial. In the NYPD Brooklyn had an armed robbery on 1216 Buckbridge Avenue and in the confines of the 70 precinct at level 1 mobilization has been called to record an armed robbery by a gunpoint in a store. No suspect is description available at the time. And in Fall River, Massachusetts, 195 at exit 6, motor vehicle with injuries on. Stable East on the scene reported injuries. On the westbound side of 195 near the Backward Bridge in Fall River. Here at Channel News Time is now 5:06 p.m. on this Sunday evening, 7:30. Sports report here. The Boston Celtics will be taking on the Memphis Grizzlies down in Memphis at 6 o'clock here. NHL scores, one NHL score, Buffalo Sabres, Winnipeg Jets tied at 2 through 2 periods in Winnipeg here. NFL playoff action here. Washington Redskins outlanded the Green Bay Packers 8-0 with 6:47 left of the first quarter here. And Seattle Seahawks escape the Twin Cities in the chill with a 10-9 victory over the Minnesota Vikings here. NBA one game so far is Los Angeles Clippers outlanded the New Orleans Pelicans 61-58 and the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Dallas Stars. Minnesota Timberwolves and the Dallas Mavericks get underway about 5 o'clock here. The issue at Marvin and Lucifer Fiction Society really is the much tradition. The Bengals have no plans to make a head coach change at the time, sources told ESPN's Adam Schefter. In New York, the Brooklyn Nets fired head coach Lionel Hollins and resigned general manager Billy King on Sunday amidst of the worst season since moving him from New Jersey. We perhaps the best chance to earn the winning achievement and it's them in his entire career. Alex Ovechkin can first attain yet another remarkable individual accomplishment. The Kansas City Chiefs announced Sunday that NMR revealed that wide receiver Jeremy Macklin suffered a sprained right ankle in Sunday's wildcard win against the Houston Texans. Peter Channel News Time is now 5:07 p.m. here on this Sunday evening stand-up for travel report. Let's start off and down there. Route 4 in the eastbound and westbound side, the northbound and southbound side is looking good here. 130 and then the eastbound side. A little slow after Route 1 in North Kingstown here. The latest on the accident in Fall River here. The accident is cleared out. So 195 is looking good here. Around the Fall River stretch here. Route 24 on the southbound side. It is slow after Route 123 in Brockton here. 495 in the northbound side. Then after Route 95 in Mansfield and Foxborough stretch. So expect delays here. Route 6 on both ends of the Bondsville to Dennis, it's slow. And Route 6 on the westbound side. A little slow for the Orleans stretch. Route 6 on the westbound side. A little slow before Quaker Meeting House Road in Sunridge here. Highways in Worcester area looking good here. I-91 in the southbound side, it's a little slow around. Route 291 in Springfield here. Out in Boston vicinity here, we get an accident on the ramp to Mass 120 in the southbound side from the Mass Pike. So expect some delays here. Mass Pike on the westbound side it is. So from South Boston to the Pruitt Tunnel here. Center Tunnel, southbound side. It's a little slow. Callan Tunnel is looking good here. 128 on the southbound side. A little slow for the Linfield stretch. 120 on the northbound side. A little slow after Route 3 in Burlington here. 495 on the southbound side. A little slow during the next and after Route 3 and will also expect delays here. 95 on both ends a little slow around in Exeter, Hampton stretch. And the main turnback on the southbound side, a little slow for the wall stretch here. 295 on the southbound side it is. Slow from Freeport all the way to Portland, Maine, and 295 on the southbound side, a little slow from Portland to the South Portland here. Main turnback on the southbound side it is slow before the Lewiston stretch here. 95 on the northbound side, we're getting the next one. 95 on the southbound side up in the Waterville, Maine. So 95 it is slow from Waterville to the Augusta stretch. And 95 on the northbound side up in Maine, it is slow from Newport all the way out to Herman, Maine here. And the 95 northbound is slow for the Orono stretch, 395. And the northbound sides it's slow for the Bangor stretch here. Okay, look at it. MBTA alerts are at 510 here. It is looking good on the commuter rail, subway system, SL5 Express Mondelez to disabled bus. And on the ferries, they are looking good. Peter Chell News Times now 5:10 here on this Sunday evening. Here it's time now for a weather report here and looking at the latest radar situation here. And it is not your typical January snowstorm in January with snow. Nope, it's rain, and wind, and warmth. As this is heavy bands of rain around Middle and Outer Cape from Yarmouth, 19 Sam and Dan for Nantucket here. So that's why there is traffic on Route 6 due to the rain and heavy rains here. We're seeing some light bands of rain from Ipswich and Dan for Boston and Dan, Route 3 down for Plymouth and stretching around Brockton and Norton here, and down for the Bedford here. But this is another band of heavy rain showers and storms from Long Branch, New Jersey, stretching in on Hempstead, New York, and up to Bridgeport and stretching up Route 7 from Waterbury, up in the east of Pittsfield and east of North Bent Adams, and up into Vermont, Aaron, stretching all the way east of Queensbury, Wilton, and east of I-87 from Queensbury down for Albany here. And up in Maine here, that is why. That is why 95 up in Maine from Biddeford all the way up to the Bangor. It's got heavy rain, so there is a lot of traffic going on in that stretch of 95 from Old Town all the way up to Biddeford here. Lots of heavy rain, downpours, and flashes of lightning here. And some spotty rain showers in central and north central portions of New Hampshire from Berlin down from Meredith here. Glad it's the wet type version of rain and wind and warmth, because if you drop a little 30 degrees to 21 degrees and you would have a major winter blizzard. Okay. Looking at the power outage map here. Because of the weather, expressly 77 customers in the dark from National Week without power. And for N-Star, $269 customers in the dark, mostly from Citrus down from Plymouth there. Alright, we are still under our winter bars in effect until 7 p.m. here. Much of eastern Massachusetts are down south 10 to 20 miles per gust up to 50 miles an hour, mainly this afternoon and early this evening here. A brief period of strong wind gusts may result in a few down trees and SI power. Just there's a wind. A residential wind 6 a.m. with a forecast to be 31 to 39 miles an hour because will range between 46 and 57 miles an hour. Winds are strong and capable of down in some small tree limbs and branches, possibly causing SI power outages. Driving could be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. And then day 1 tonight, winter bars are day 2 for 7. Monday through Saturday, no hazard weather expected at the time here. All right, 7-day forecast goes like this. Tonight, rain before 8 p.m. and a chance of showers between 8 p.m. and 9 a.m. 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Punch bug before 9 a.m. 9 p.m. Low for 1 degrees. West of about 10 to 13 miles with gust size 30 miles an hour. Chest basis 80%. New principal amounts between 10 quarter inch possible. For Monday, sun's got about 35 degrees. What about 9 to 13 miles gust size 30 miles an hour. Monday night, most gusts got about 19 degrees. West of about 6 miles an hour. Tuesday, chance of snow before 1 p.m. Then a chance of rain between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. Then a chance of snow after 2 p.m. Parts of got about 39 degrees. South about 3 to 8 miles an hour. Chance basis 40%. Tuesday, slight chance of snow. Rain before 5 a.m. Most gusts got about 25 degrees. A chance basis 50% with a chance of snow on Tuesday night. For Wednesday, parts of the podcast got about 30, about 16 degrees. But Thursday, most of the podcast got about 31, about 20 degrees. Friday, most of the podcast got about 35, about 19 degrees. Saturday, most of the podcast got about 32, about 20 degrees. But Sunday, most of us got about 34 degrees. Currently in Norton here, it is 60 degrees. No joke. 60 degrees with light rain and humidity 93%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Sunday evening during 10th, 2015. Saturday, on this Sunday during 10th, 2069. Beautiful, but good evening and good positive to us. 3:11 o'clock, late night report. Have a good evening here